The situation out there in Washington with Bradley Beal is just crazy. This is very strange. It's very weird, for the superstar player to be experiencing a situation like this. Man, we got to talk about this. Let me tell you, let me break it all down for you. The Washington Wizards came out and stated that uh, well, I don't know if it was the Wizards, but it was sources, you understand, connected to Washington, beat writers and all. They stated that Bradley Beal will decline his $36.4 million player option for the 2022-2023 season, and he will become an unrestricted free agent. News broke last night on this, you understand? I mean, all hell broke loose, not even last, it happened yesterday. News broke late afternoon yesterday, so it's got everybody in a frenzy right now because how it seems to be a major disconnect. And then he goes on Twitter and says, like what? What's like, huh? Like what's going on? And almost like laughs it off. He said, wait, huh? LOL. You understand? And that's the real Bradley Beal. You understand who put that out there? So bottom line is he obviously found out the news like me and you. He posted this last night. You understand, at 10:39. So this is very tricky. I thought that Bradley Beal was very comfortable in Washington. You understand? They went out and got Chris Snacks, Porzingis. You understand? I like the young crop they got there with Rui, Avdija. You understand? They got a couple of pieces out there. They just got to put everything together. And also, Bradley Beal just being the league leading scorer. I just thought he would like this. You understand, this situation out in Washington. His family seems very comfortable. He's got a beautiful family. They seem very comfortable in Washington. You understand, from all accounts. So is this going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back? Me personally, I think Bradley Beal is too great for this. I think that, believe it or not, if he buys in with the addition with Porzingis, but then you rolling the dice with Chris Snacks, are you going to stay healthy? Because that's always going to be the question here. Can Washington go out there and make a move to lighten up Bradley Beal to even want to stay there? Because there's a possibility that Bradley Beal is on the way out the door now. A lot of teams are in play. Who's to say that he wouldn't just decline in it just to re-back up? Bradley Beal is on the table for upwards of $240-something million, y'all, on a 5-year deal, and that's a super max. It would bode well for Beal to sign the super max. You understand, and then start to raise hell. Is a sign and trade in play? You understand that maybe that could be the possibility. Listen, Bradley Beal is almost like the Damian Lillard situation. He's been very loyal, to the Wizards. You understand? They got to do right by him. Otherwise, nobody's coming to Washington in the future. They can't just send him off. It's almost like they got to meet his wishes because he's been loyal. He ain't wreak havoc. He could have did that. When they traded John Wall, he didn't lose his mind. He continued to compete. He never requested a trade. He never went in the media and rose hell. He never did that. So you got to give this guy credit, for all the things that he's doing, but nonetheless, man, Bradley Beal, the options are open. If he does enter unrestricted free agency, he's going to automatically usurp, what's his name? Zach LaVine. He will usurp him on the free agent market. I think all bets will be on Bradley Beal. Everybody's going to have hands on deck. It could be an arms race. And if it's a sign and trade, that open up many avenues, you understand, for Bradley Beal to get there. He can go to the Lakers on a sign and trade. He can go to Dallas. You understand? Dallas might be able to get him outright. I would love to see Beal out there in Dallas with Luka. You understand? A situation with him going to Miami. You understand? New York. A sign and trade it just opens it all up. The options are just crazy. It is what it is, but the news of Bradley Beal, is very troublesome. It seems to be they're both on two different spectrums here. They're not on the same page, to say the least, but it is what it is. Beal has a decision to make. Do you want to stay here and be the ruling general? Yes, you are the undisputed, undoubtable leader of this team. You understand? That's no doubt in that. No debating. But do you want to do something more? You know, at some point, is it going to be your team in LA? Probably not. And believe it or not, I think Beal strikes me as a guy that is very cognizant of that. Like in his own squad, he's the judge, jury, and executioner in Washington. And for the Washington Wizards, you understand? Pardon me, Bradley Beal. But it is what it is. So how's that going to look like if he was to go to Los Angeles or in Miami? Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler run that. In New York, he might have the show, but now who's to say he want to go to New York? In LA, you ain't getting nothing. That's LeBron's show. Who knows what the future may lie? If you go to any of in Dallas, it's Luka's show. It's the Luka Doncic show out there in Dallas. He owns Dallas. So I think Bradley Beal is cognizant of that, not wanting to be second, third fiddle. I don't know if he's ready to be that right now, but who's to say he will be that if he was to go one of these teams? Who's to say that he don't just, command everything when he gets there, because he's so prolific at what he does. Bradley Beal is one of the best scorers we have in this league, one of the best scorers of this generation. Beal has definitely turned himself into a machine. I would love to see him in another scenery, competing for championships, because we got to remember something. Bradley Beal was a good playoff competitor in the early stages of his career. It wasn't always doom and gloom in Washington. At one point, when they had a healthy John Wall, they seemed to be like a viable threat in the East for years to come. They knocked out a lot of teams. They upsetted a few teams, and they looked to be a threat. But injuries got in the way, egos got in the way, and right now Bradley Beal is hanging on by a string. This situation this year, if he does come back, suppose they don't acquire no free agents, they don't make a major trade, it seems to be like that. Health is always going to be the tricky situation. He had injuries this season. What's going on with Porzingis. Rui had injuries. Avdija broke his leg. So it's wild. What's going on out there. So it might be time to think, about the situation. But Bradley Beal, of all accounts, he's denying this. He don't know what the hell is going on. This is news to him. He found out like me and you. I can't wait to see how this cookie breaks down, you understand, and see what happens, what's going to be at the end of all of this, you understand, who's going to be where, what's going to happen. Are they going to go out and get somebody? I think right now, Washington, to rewrite all of these wrongs, because Bradley Beal is a little offset by this, go out there and get somebody. Go out there and get a big fish, and I'm telling you, Bradley Beal will forget all about this. It's Flight Sports TV. I'm breaking the news to y'all right now. Bradley Beal in Washington, the news is very troublesome to me. Let me know y'all thoughts. What's going on with Bradley Beal? It's Flight Sports.